fandom nerds, I'm your host Spicy Lady. Today we're gonna dive into Marvel Storm. Before we start that, if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you are, because when you do, you join part of the fandom fam. Let's get into it. Y'all, Storm is going through it. She's facing many challenges in her life, like joining the Avengers and publicly admitting on live TV that a young mutant was responsible for an explosion that claimed many lives. This confession coming at a time where mutant-human relations were slightly improving, and this ultimately made mutant discrimination rise at an all-time high. Despite her efforts to try and rectify the situation, like opening her own sanctuary in Atlanta, Storm begins experiencing severe symptoms like coughing up blood and losing her hair. She winds up finding Dr. Day, a specialist in mutant biology, and in the most terrible bedside manner, he tells Storm that she's dying. And worse, she only has 6 hours to live. But there's still hope, because he winds up referring her to a special doctor named Dr. Voodoo. And this brings us to the moment where Dr. Voodoo reveals to Storm that she's still dying and there's nothing he can do to stop it. This obviously devastates Storm, and Dr. Voodoo goes on to explain that as a necromancer, he can see death sprites, mythical creatures that are drawn to a life ending its end. And although he says it's normal to see a few around friends and their line of work, he notes that he sees the largest swarm of them around Storm, which is definitely a cause for concern, given as Storm is at her most healthiest after Dr. Voodoo struck a deal with an ancient spirit to not only eliminate the radiation poisoning in her cells, but also to purge every illness from her body, making her the healthiest person in the entire universe. Storm even says that she's never felt her hair so luscious before. In return for her clean bill of health, Dr. V explains that Storm can't use her powers for 7 days. Storm makes a very sly remark by saying, "Gee bro, seems like you welcome those terms with open arms," and he just smiles to himself because he likes his women spicy. He then goes on to say that he figures she's not looking to explore her black girl magic side of her anytime soon, that this was the best choice given the other choices, which were between sacrificing 7 decades of her life, losing her organs, or forgetting how to breathe for 7 months. Storm then shoots him with the "boy, you don't know me," but then she says that she's lived without her powers before, so what's really 7 days? And then he offers for her hand in marriage, to join him at the Strange Academy, because it seems like he's really interested in helping Storm explore her magical heritage, and it gives me the feeling that this isn't the last time we're going to see these two interacting with each other. My ship radar is going through the roof. Also, where is Craig from NASA? Soon after that, Storm visits her X-Men family. We're then treated to a montage of Storm's 7 days without using her powers, where she and Wolverine are sparring with each other. They're talking trash, but they're pinning each other to the ground. Day 3 to 4 comes and things are getting intense. It's very disrespectful. They're throwing out anime moves, which I thought was adorable. I love Storm's little Muay Thai flying bird kick, whatever. It's giving very Chun-Li. Things get escalated by day 5, where Storm shows up in an outfit reminiscent of her Araco costume, signaling she's taking this fight really seriously. But Wolverine's not giving up either. He's throwing blows, he's reading her attacks, and he's talking crap as he always does. He even quotes himself, which would have pissed any person off, especially Storm. And it does, because she finally snaps and unleashes a really loud battle cry before tackling Wolverine to the ground. And you know, it's a heated moment, it's raining, they're wet, they're not gonna no. Storm, come on girl, that fine Haitian man was standing right there. And by day 6, Storm is rudely interrupted by a huge giant bird, claiming that Doom wants to see her to parlay about mutant matter. Like, we haven't heard that line before. Storm sighs to herself, remembering their last sit downs didn't end too well, for Doom, that is. However, she still agrees to go meet him and asks the bird if she can hitch a ride, given that she can't use her power. And the bird says, "Sure, whatever, you got a few hours to gather yourself." Later, Storm has a conversation with Rogue where she mentions what happened between her and Logan, and Rogue is ecstatic. However, Storm isn't proud of her actions and claims it was done in the spur of the moment. She then asks to borrow a dress and some knives. This confuses Rogue when she asks Storm what about Logan, and it's clear she's not sure about exploring that relationship yet. The same reason why she turned down Dr. Voodoo's invitation, clearly still feeling the guilt of exposing a young mutant to the world, which is why she feels she has to go about this alone.
below. Rogue reminds Storm that Doom only likes her because she's powerful, and she brings up a valid question.
What happens if she can't rely on her abilities right now? How is she going to defend herself? Storm, however, argues that it's worth hearing Doom out, especially if he has plans for taking over the world one day, and how mutants would take part in that. Also, she brings up that as an Avenger, she feels like this is something important for her to investigate.
Since they don't have much information on Doom ever since he became the Sorcerer Supreme,
Rogue understands her sister, and they share this really warm moment that reminds me of the moment between Storm and Jean in X-Men 97, because Rogue was like, look sis, if anything gets weird, you aim for the eye. And I said, I know that's right, get real ghetto. Storm then sets off for Latveria without saying goodbye to Logan, which of course she feels bad about. However, we do notice that Storm's death sprites have returned. It hints that something ominous may be happening with her visit with Emperor Doom. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and comment down below what you think will happen with Storm when she meets Emperor Doom. And remember y'all to always stay spicy, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.